Hello student, welcome to the class of operating system. In today's lecture we are going to study about functions of operating system. As you all are student, you require to elaborate the function of operating system and also to understand it according to a particular reference book. So whatever function today I am going to teach you is taken from the operating system concept by GALVIN, which is very essential for TY BSc Computer Science. So whenever the question is asked for elaborating the functions or services of operating system, this diagram is very important. So what are the main functions of operating system or services provided by the operating system? Different operating system provides you with the different kind of services, but the common set of services is common for every operating system. So what is there in the common set of services of the operating system? First is each and every operating system provides you with the user interface. It provides you with the user interface, that is a way through which you are going to interact with the system. So the user interface can be either the graphical user interface, there will be some kind of window and the pointing device and you will click on the element and it will get activate like your Windows, that is a graphical user interface. There can be the command based interface, that is the command line. In such interface you are going to have the command prompt, and in that command prompt you will type down the commands for various activity and that command will be executed by the shell. So over here operating system is going to provide you with the interface through which you are going to interact with the operating system. So either it can be graphical user interface, either it can be command line interface, either it can be both, and another is the batch interface. In batch interface there will be file, there you will put down various commands whatever you need to be executed, and then the complete file will be executed at one go, that is the batch interface. So first service of operating system is it is going to provide you with the interface, it is a graphical user interface or the command line interface or the batch interface. After providing you with the interface, you will write down any program, okay, you will write down any activity. So next job of the operating system is the program execution. In program execution it will load the program in the memory and it will execute that program. Either the program can be executed normally or there might be some kind of error, and after the program is executed it will terminate the program. Operating system will terminate the program. It will terminate the program normally or it can terminate the program in a abnormal manner depending upon the situation. Next is the IO operation. While the program is executing, it may require some kind of IO operation. So it will ask for some kind of devices. So in such case, user may feel that the user is directly interacting with the hardware, but it is ultimately the operating system which is taking care on the behalf of the user. So granting of the resources, revoking of the resources from the application is done by the operating system. So IO operation, input output operation, all the operations related to input output activity is done by the operating system. Another is the file system. Over here you can see that is a file system. In file system, if you are done with your program, you require to save that program on the directory. Okay, you will store it in a secondary storage devices. So how you are going to store it, what is the nomenclature, how you are going to search it. Whenever you do all such kind of activity, then there is one kind of system which play a very important role, that is a file system. So operating system comes with the various file system. It is a way through which it is going to interact with the data which is stored on the hard drive. So that is the file system. So major four activity or services of the operating system is the first is the user interface, another is the program execution, next is the IO operation, next is the file system. Another services of operating system is communication. There may be scenario like one process requires some kind of data from another process. In such case, communication plays the vital role. The process can be on the same system, the process can be on the different system. So, the communication plays very important role in such case. So, it can happen via the message passing or via the shared memory. So, how the communication needs to be taken place, everything will be taken care by the operating system. Next is the error detection. In error detection, there can be a condition like if you are executing something and the problem occurs or some kind of error occurs. So, if any of the error occurs in your system, it should not make your system in an unstable state. Like for example, if you are going to print something and your printer, the paper is over, the paper just ran out. So, in such case, the system should not halt, your working should not be hampered, only some kind of message should be erupted. So, everything, this kind of error is taken care by the operating system. Like for example, if you are doing some kind of programming, okay, you are doing some kind of arithmetic by zero, if you are going to make something like arithmetic overflow, all such kind of conditions which occur in your system, any minute error whatever is occurring, in such case the operating system plays a major role in detecting of the error and playing it with a careful manner or handling it in a careful manner. It is not like if any of the error occurs, because error is going to occur. If any of the error occurs, it will just halt your system. It should not behave in such manner. So that is the main services of the operating system. That is the handling of the error whichever erupt in your system. Another service of operating system is the resource allocation. Whenever any of the process asks for any of the resources in the system, the operating system is going to check whether the granting of the resources will make the system in an unstable state or not. So, if it is going to make the system in an unstable state, it will not grant that particular resource to the process. So, what are the resources? Resources are not only the IO resources, input output devices, but also the CPU cycles, the memory and various kind of storage devices, whatever are available. So, all that are the resources. So, whenever there is a need of the resources, the operating system will take care in detail about the resource allocation. Next is the accounting. In accounting section, it is going to check that each process is holding how many resources are been held, what kind of resources are held by the particular processes. Each and every minute detail of the resources and the processes is done by the operating system. Next is the protection and services. In protection and services, the operating system is going to check that if there is number of processes, as there are number of processes in the system, the process should not tamper with the another data. The process should not tamper with the data of the another process. So, who is going to use what kind of data, what kind of authority is been given to that particular data, all that kind of work is taken care by the operating system. That is the protection and security. For example, if you are going to log into the system, what kind of authority is been given to you? Like sometimes there is a admin login, there is a student login. If there is a student login, only the student can execute the program and they can write down the data or they can write down the program. If there is a admin login, the admin will install various kind of applications and they will check all kind of details. So over here we are going to differentiate between the what are the duties of the user, what kind of activity the user can enjoy. So over here we are going to provide the security, or the operating system is going to provide the security to the system. So that is just an example of how the operating system provides with the protection and security. That is what kind of data is used by what kind of user. Every user cannot enjoy every kind of freedoms which is been granted in the system. Some user can only view, some user can only add and delete. So all this kind of detail of activity is done by the operating system. So in today's lecture we have studied the services of operating system in short from the reference book of operating system concept by Galvin. So in that we have studied about what kind of services. First is the user interface. Either it can be graphical user interface, either it can be command line interface, or it can be both, or the batch interface. Next is the program execution, IO execution, file system, error detection, resource allocation, accounting, protection and security. All these are the services which is provided by the operating system. I hope that you like my lecture. If you like my lecture, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel.